The Sarge is ready for some tank blasting action with today's game, Robot Tank, for your Atari 2600. So let's go ahead and take Robot Tank. Let's pop it in my Atari 7800 Pro system and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Robot Tank was published by Activision and carries a copyright year of 1983. After the Atari 7800 came out, some copies of the game had a sticker on them saying that the game was not for use with the 7800. This is because most Atari 7800 systems had problems running this game, although some 7800s will play it without any problem. As a matter of fact, Robot Tank can end up being a test cartridge for 7800 owners. If it plays fine on your system, chances are your system will play almost anything else fine. But if your 7800 does not play the cartridge, there's a chance that a small handful of other titles might give your system problems as well. Robot Tank was programmed by Alan Miller, one of the co-founders of Activision, who also programmed Star Master for the 2600, which are reviewed in episode 441. The manual opens with the following. From the Office of the President. Greetings! As you well know, sophisticated enemy robot tanks are quickly advancing cross-country, firing at will, and stopping at nothing. You must command your own robot tanks to stop their charge of chaos. Avoid being hit by the enemy fire, or your robot tanks may be destroyed. The rebels are currently headed towards downtown Santa Clara. Only you can stop them. Good luck! Robot Tank is a tank action game for one player only and only has one standard mode of difficulty. To control your tank, you use left and right to aim likewise, forward to move forward, and back to move backwards. You press the button to fire, but you can only have one shot on screen at a time. However, your shot will follow your cursor if you move it after firing. The top of the screen displays the days and hours. As you go through a day, it will get lighter and darker depending on what time of day it is. You will also have to deal with some various weather conditions, including fog, which will make it harder to see, rain, which will affect your mobility, and snow, which will cause you to slip around when you move. Also, on top of the screen, a tank will show up every time you destroy one. If you destroy 12 tanks, a square with the number 12 in it will show up, letting you know that you have defeated an entire squadron. You start the game with one active tank and 3 tanks in reserve. Every time you defeat a squadron, you get a bonus tank with a maximum limit of 12 tanks in reserve. On the bottom of your screen is your radar. Surrounding your radar is 4 letters. When an enemy tank fires at you, you can either avoid it by moving so the shot goes off screen before it reaches you, or by shooting the enemy shot down with a well-placed shot of your own. When you get hit, you might lose a tank, or you might only get damaged. If a letter is flashing, it means that when you were shot, that system got damaged. A flashing V indicates your video was damaged and your screen will black out from time to time. A flashing C indicates that your cannon got damaged and may not fire every time you press the button. A flashing R means your radar no longer works, and a flashing T means your treads got damaged and you won't be able to move as well. There is no way to repair damage. Only when you get a new tank will the system be restored. When the game was first released, if you destroyed enough squadrons, you could bust out your Polaroid camera and take a picture of your TV screen to send away for a patch. By destroying 4 squadrons, you got the Medal of Merit patch. For destroying 5 squadrons, you would get the Cross of Excellence patch. And if you destroyed 6 squadrons, you would get the Star of Honor patch. Graphically speaking, I thought the game looked really good with some nice changes to reflect the weather and time, as well as a cool death screen. Sound and music wise, the game has some solid sound effects, as well as some really great explosion sounds. Family friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if it was released today. At the time I researched on eBay including shipping, loose copies were going for $4 to $8, one complete copy sold for $13, and new copies were selling for $13 to $20. So what did I think of Robot Tank? When I first played the game, I found myself frustrated and easily losing tanks, but that's because I was approaching the game like Battlezone, and this game needs to be approached differently. So instead of hoping enemy shots would fly by in front of me, I simply moved so they went off screen. I also found that playing more aggressively ended up paying more dividends, and in the end, I really enjoyed Robot Tank. So where am I going to rank Robot Tank? This is going right next to another tank game I really like, Battlezone, at 21. And guess what? In the end, this Battlezone fan enjoyed playing Robot Tank just a little bit more. So out of the 169 games I've now ranked for the Atari 2600, Robot Tank is rolling into the 21 position. Robot Tank may very well be the best tank game on the 2600, but that's only one guy's opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please click like and subscribe, follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter, and check out some of my many other videos covering retro video games, toys, mini arcades, plug and plays, and more. At this time, I'd like to thank RexStart79 for supporting the show on Patreon. Thank you, RexStart79. You too can help support the show, gain access to exclusive content, and be able to vote on future games I review by signing up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time in the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, especially when driving a tank in the snow.